According to an audit by New York City Comptroller Scott Stringer, 19,000 or 58% of the Department of Education's homeless students were chronically absent from school in 2015 through 2016, and in 75% of those cases, no outreach efforts were made.
This audit is an early warning system. We've got to fully rethink how we work with our homeless students. They are entitled to the same education as any other student.
The same report includes an in-depth look at the records of 73 students that the DOE identified as residing in homeless shelters that were absent for a total of 3,037 days. That's an average of 41.6 days per student during a 178-day school year. And for one or more of those days, absent without notice 1,614 times.
If you're in a homeless shelter, they don't call you. They don't care. They don't find out where you are. But if you're somewhere else, in a co-op or another building, they call you even if you're 5 minutes late.
Calls to the Department of Education were forwarded, and they stated, "This has been a serious challenge in our city for decades. Our administration is tackling it head on with investments in schools and shelter programming, including dramatically expanded bus service, more social workers, and better monitoring so we know who's missing from class." Stringer charges the DOE is going against its own mandate to regulate attendance through a system they call Chancellor's Regulations A210. But it's a program that didn't work in a sample they took of a third grader absent 41 days and late 17 during the academic year 2015 to 2016. For an 11-week period when the student was absent for 10 days, DOE had no evidence of any outreach efforts. Records show only 2 attempts to contact parents was made, once after the 11th, and a promotion in doubt letter after the 22nd.
We don't have enough family assistance in the homeless shelters to help our kids, so there's only 110 servicing 33,000 homeless students. That means one caseworker for every 300 students. How is that going to work?
City Hall says they've added over 100 social workers and last year announced a borough-based shelter system to help keep homeless families closer to their support networks and their children closer to their home schools.
I have an outrage about this, and as a parent of 2 little boys, you can't ever sacrifice our children.
The controller made several recommendations that all come down to the fact that students need to be contacted the very first day that they're absent. It's something that sends a message that they matter at a time they need it most. For BronxNet, this is Arlene Makoko.